Is
I
it
like
a series?
that. I like the ending because it leaves such a good. They can go either way.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
Is
season.
it a series or a movie?
It's a series.
What it was
10
it?
episodes or so.
I capture? Okay.
No, the Capture.
Netflix was it Netflix?
No,
The
it's on
capture.
Prime.
On Prime, guys.
Prime. Amazon Prime.
Gotta watch it, Divine.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
I don't have Amazon Prime though.
Oh.
I'll ask my daughter.
Jill
Maybe
just
it'll
texted
Netflix.
she won't be joining us.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Oh, Jill's not joining.
All right.
Do you guys want to do? Is there anything that you guys want to do today?
How about some shoulder rolls?
Says that with a smile.
Have we done shoulder rolls recently?
Shoulder rolls. Which one?
Threading the needle.
Oh, thread the needle. Yeah, we could do thread the
No,
needle.
no. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we done thread the needle, but shoulder rolls like when we're seated and we roll our shoulders.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, I don't think we've done that.
No, I don't normally do that, but we'll do. We might throw that in, but we're gonna do some shoulders too. So I got some shoulder stuff for us to do.
Bonus round.
Okay. I'll mute my microphone.
All right, so let's start. We'll start in a seated position today, not in Shavasana. Sorry, guys. And take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale it all out. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale it all out. With every inhale and exhale, allowing your body to begin to settle. Allowing your mind to begin to rest. Taking this opportunity to check in with yourself this morning. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how your body's feeling. Taking a few moments to scan from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Noticing if you're carrying any tension anywhere. Anything maybe a little bit sore or a little bit stiff. Breathing into those areas. Letting your breath bring relief to anything that might be sore. Breathing into anything that might be tense, allowing it to ease with your breath. Breathing into anything that might be a little bit stiff or a little bit tight. Letting your breath soften those areas. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take a few moments this morning to set an intention for your practice, something you wish to receive from the class. Take a deep inhale together and a deep exhale. Then slowly begin to wiggle your fingers, gently moving your toes, slowly waking up your body, drawing your attention back to the room. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw the knees into your chest, giving them a gentle squeeze, gently rocking a little bit of side to side, a little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction, circling your knees in the opposite direction. Then opening your arms up into a T and gently letting your knees fall to the right side. So coming into a twist. Keeping that left shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting the knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. And we'll take a few breaths here, so breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. And then slowly draw those knees back up to center and gently letting your knees fall over to the left side. Keeping your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting those knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling on this side. Letting your body find rest. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. And then on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees back up to center. And then opening up to happy baby, grab the outside of those feet, open knees nice and wide. Gently rocking a little bit of forward and backwards. A little bit of side to side. Then draw those knees back into your chest, gently rocking them side to side. And letting them gently fall to the right side or to the left side, coming into fetal position for a couple breaths. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then slowly begin to press your way up. And making your way into tabletop position. So setting up for cat-cow, planting your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And on that inhale, drop your belly, pull that chin forward. Exhale, press into your palms, ground your spine. Inhale, drop that belly, pull that chin forward. Exhale, press into your palms, ground your spine. On the next inhale, can you open up those shoulders a little bit more? Exhale, press into your palms, ground your spine. Can you tuck that chin in a little bit deeper? On the next inhale, maybe your eyes go up slightly higher. Exhale, press into the palms of the hands, ground your spine, tucking that tailbone in a little bit deeper. Couple more breaths here. Inhale, open up that chest a little bit more. Exhale, press into your palms, round your spine, tucking that chin in a little bit deeper. Last one, inhale. Maybe your eyes go up slightly higher. Exhale, press into your palms, round your spine, tucking your tailbone and chin in just a moment longer. Then coming back to neutral spine. Pressing our left hand into the mat and our right knee. We'll reach our right hand forward and our left foot back. Take an inhale here. Exhale, draw that elbow to the knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last one, hold and reach on that inhale. Find a little bit more length. Exhale, draw that elbow to the knee, very nice. Coming back to neutral spine, switching sides. Left hand forward, right foot back. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw that elbow to the knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last one. Hold and reach on that inhale. Find a little bit more length. Exhale, draw that elbow to the knee. Very nice. Coming back to neutral spine, planting our hands. Curling our toes. We'll send our hips up in our first downward facing dog. So press our knees up and then our hips back. And take a few moments to pedal out those feet, bending one knee, straightening the other, repeating that on the other side. Maybe moving your hips side to side. Eventually finding stillness in this posture, pressing into the palms of the hands, trying to lengthen your spine. Exhale, can you draw those heels a little bit closer to the mat? On the next inhale, pressing even further into the hands, trying to lengthen your spine a little bit more. Exhale, can you draw those heels a little bit closer to the mat? Take one more inhale. One more exhale. On the next inhale, pull into plank. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way down onto your stomach. Releasing your toes and taking your hands wider than your mat. So taking them and coming onto the fingertips. So inhale, we'll draw up that chest, coming into baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, maybe you draw up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower. Inhale, maybe you drop a little bit higher. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Last one, let's hold it at the top. Inhale. We'll exhale at the top. Inhale, can you drop a little bit higher? Exhale, lower all the way down. Planting our hands underneath our shoulders, pushing up to plank, pressing back to downward facing dog. And take a few moments here to pedal out the feet. Move those hips side to side. Eventually finding stillness for 1 full inhale and 1 full exhale. And we'll slowly warm up our shoulders here. So on the inhale, pull into plank. So inhale to plank. Then exhale, push back downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, push back downward facing dog. 2 more here. Inhale to plank. Exhale, push back downward facing dog. Last one, inhale to plank. Exhale, push back downward facing dog. Take a few moments to pedal out those feet. Move your hips side to side. Take one full inhale together. One full exhale. Step, hop, or walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, circle our hands to the sky. Exhale, draw our hands to heart center. Very nice. Take a full inhale here. And a full exhale. And inhale, circle our hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, release all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Move through a chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. And take a few moments here to pedal out the feet. Move those hips side to side. Eventually finding stillness for one full inhale, one full exhale. Then on the next inhale, float that right leg high to the sky. Then step your right leg through your hands. Staying on your back left toes, inhale to crescent pose. Exhale, let that body settle. Very nice. Then on the next inhale, bend that left elbow, running that hand to your upper back and taking that right hand to your left elbow. Inhale, find length. Then exhale, can you lean over to the right? Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Very nice. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, releasing the hands up. Inhale, can you reach those hands up a little bit higher? Then exhale, coming into cactus. So bending those elbows, opening up the chest. We'll take one more inhale here. Open up a little bit more. Exhale, can you back bend a little bit more? Very nice. Inhale, draw your hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Move through our chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Very nice. Take a few breaths here, pedal out those feet. Move your hips side to side. Take one full inhale together. One full exhale. Then on the next inhale, float that left leg high to the sky. Then step your left leg through your hands. Staying on your back right toes, inhale to crescent pose. Very nice. Exhale, let that body settle. Then on the next inhale, begin to bend that right elbow. As you bring that hand to your upper back, take that left hand to your right elbow. Inhale, find length. Then exhale, begin to lean to the left. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then inhale, come back up to center. Reaching the hands back up on the exhale. Inhale, can you reach those hands up a little bit higher? Then exhale, come into cactus. So bend those elbows, open up that chest. Inhale, can you draw open a little bit more? And then exhale, maybe you back bend. Inhale, draw your hands up to the sky, very nice. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Move through our chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. And take a few breaths here to pedal out those feet. Move your hips side to side. Eventually finding stillness for one full inhale. One full exhale. Step, hop, or walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, fold, release. Bend your knees, sink your hips, coming into chair pose. Exhale, can you sink a little bit deeper? Very nice. Then inhale, open up your arms. And then coming into eagle arm, so taking that right arm underneath the left, either drawing the back of the hands together or the palms. On the next inhale, can you reach those elbows up? Exhale, maybe you sink a little bit deeper into that chair. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale, very nice. Then inhale, release. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Move through our chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog, very nice. Take a few breaths here, pedal out those feet. Move your hips side to side. Take one full inhale together. One full exhale. Then inhale, float that right leg high to the sky. Then step that right leg through your hands. Releasing your back left heel. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale, let that body settle. Nice. On the next inhale, can you draw that left hip a little bit closer? A little bit more forward. Exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into that right knee. Very nice. Then inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. And maybe you walk that right heel in to match the instep of that left foot. But on the next inhale, can you roll those shoulders back and down, opening up your chest? Exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into that right knee. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, begin to straighten that right leg and shorten your stance. So take that left leg in and walk it in a little bit. Then inhale, reach that right hand forward. Right arm draws down as that left arm draws up. So coming into triangle pose. Maybe the hand rests on the shin or maybe it reaches down. But on that next inhale, can you reach that left hand up a little bit higher, opening up that upper body. Exhale, hold. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, begin to bend that right knee as we move into half moon. So bringing your gaze to the mat, bringing that hand about 10 inches in front. Start to float the left as you straighten that right leg. Keep your breath. Keep your focus. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, begin to bend that right knee as you come back to your warrior two. Take an inhale here. Exhale, can you sink a little bit deeper into your warrior two? So this will be a longer sequence. So on the next inhale, begin to straighten that right leg and then walk that left heel in a little bit. Then coming into revolved triangle. So take that left hand forward, left hand reaches and then lowers down as that right arm draws up. So keeping that right hip underneath, not letting it sway out. On the next inhale, can you reach that right hand up a little bit higher? Exhale, hold. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, begin to bend that right knee as we come into revolved half knee. So reaching that left hand forward, shifting your weight to that right foot, floating the left. Start to straighten that right leg. Keep your breath. Keep your focus. Can you open up to the right side a little bit more? Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then on the next inhale, begin to slowly bend that right knee. As you release those left toes down. Inhale, come into crescent pose. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Take an inhale here, lean forward. And exhale, take that left elbow to your right knee. Inhale, press the palms of the hands together. Try to open up those shoulders. Exhale, can you twist to the right a little bit more? Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Very nice. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Move through our chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take a few moments here to pedal out those feet. Move those hips side to side. Eventually finding stillness for one full inhale. One full exhale. Then inhale, float that left leg high to the sky. Then step your left leg through your hands. Release your back right heel. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale, let that body settle. Very nice. On the next inhale, can you rotate that right hip forward a little bit more. Exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into that left knee. Very nice. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Left arm forward, right arm back. And maybe you walk that left heel in a little bit. On the next inhale, can you rotate those shoulders back and down, opening up that upper body. Exhale, maybe you sink a little bit deeper into that left knee. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, begin to straighten that left knee as you shorten your stance, so walking that right foot in. Then inhale, reach that left hand forward. Left arm draws down, right arm draws up. Triangle pose. Hand could rest on your shin, or maybe reach those fingertips down to the mat. On the next inhale, can you reach that right hand up a little bit more, opening up that upper body. Exhale, hold. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, begin to bring your gaze down to the mat as you start to bend that left knee, shifting into half moon. So bringing that left hand forward about 10 inches. Floating the right, straightening the left. Keep your breath. Keep your focus. Take one more inhale. One more exhale, very nice. Then slowly begin to bend that left knee as you come back to your warrior two. Exhale, can you sink a little bit deeper into that left knee? Very nice. Then inhale, straighten that left knee, and then walk that right foot in, so shorten your stance, making your way into revolved triangle. So take that right hand forward, right arm reaches, and then lowers down. As that left arm floats up, keeping that left hip under. On the next inhale, can you reach that left arm up a little bit higher? Exhale, hold. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. On the next inhale, begin to bend that left knee as you reach that right hand forward, transitioning to revolved half moon, floating the right as you straighten that left. On the next inhale, can you open up that left side a little bit more, reaching that left hand up. Exhale, hold. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to bend that left knee as you come back to crescent pose, releasing those right toes, reaching those hands up. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center, very nice. Then inhale, lean forward. Exhale, take that right elbow to your left knee. Inhale, press the palms of the hands together. Exhale, twisting to the left a little bit more. Take one more inhale. One more exhale, very nice. Then inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Move through a last chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Very nice. Take a few moments here to pedal out the feet. Move those hips side to side. Eventually finding stillness for one full inhale, one full exhale. So on the next inhale, we're going to come into plank pose and start to transition into side plank. So planting that left hand into the mat, dropping the heels to the left, and start to float that right hand up. The option, you can always release that left knee down onto the mat for support, or maybe you take it a little bit higher and float that right foot up. Keep pressing into that left hand. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly come back down to plank, reaching that right hand down. Then push back to your downward facing dog. And take a few moments here to pedal out the feet. Move those hips side to side. Eventually finding stillness for one full inhale, one full exhale. Then on the next inhale, coming into plank pose. Planting that right hand, start to pivot those heels to the right as you float that left arm up. Again, option is you can release that right knee down for some support, or maybe you try and float that left leg up. Keeping those hips being pushed up. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, come back to plank. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take a few moments here to pedal out those feet. Move your hips side to side. Eventually finding stillness for one full inhale. One full exhale. And then on the next inhale, release those knees into child's pose. So knees as wide as the mat. Draw those big toes together and push back into child's pose. Letting your body find rest. Softening those shoulders. We'll take a few more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, coming back to tabletop. And then walking those hands out and coming onto your stomach. So making your way. We're going to move into locust pose this morning. So taking those hands behind. So you can either clasp them on the top of your glutes or you just reach them back. But take a full inhale here. And a full exhale. And drawing those big toes together. So on the next inhale, can you draw up those shoulders? Then draw up your feet. On the next inhale, can you draw up a little bit higher? Exhale, hold. Inhale, can you draw up a little bit higher? Exhale, hold. Last one, draw up as high as you can. And then exhale, release all the way down. Very nice. Letting those hands rest by your side. Maybe turning onto a cheek. Take one full inhale here. One full exhale. Then on the next inhale, bring that right arm into a T position and coming into broken wing. So we're going to rotate onto that right hip and then taking that left foot and crossing it over the right as a kickstand. And so from here, you can stay here, or maybe you try to push into that left hand, feeling the stretch in that shoulder. Keep breathing in. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then can you press in a little bit more, taking the stretch a little bit deeper. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, begin to release down. So taking that left foot back to your right, coming back onto your stomach. Then opening that left arm into a T, and then rolling onto that left hip. Taking that right foot and crossing it over the left. And then pressing into that right hand. Or maybe this side you have to take a little bit more gentle so you're not pushing as deep. Honoring your body. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, maybe you press in a little bit more, opening up this posture. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly release that right leg as you lower back down onto your stomach. Drawing your hands underneath your shoulders, push up to tabletop, and push back to child's pose. Allowing those elbows to bend, rounding your spine, tucking your chin. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. And then kicking your feet to one side or another, coming into a seated position. So we're gonna move into boat pose. And Amina and Davina, you missed it last week. So if you have a block, or if you have your cushion, you can use your cushion as well. So have your feet out in front of you, draw your shoulders back and down, and take that block or that cushion and set it in between your feet. So pressing into that cushion. On the next inhale, slowly draw up your feet, and then draw up your hands. On the next inhale, can you draw those shoulders back and down? Exhale, hold here. I'm just gonna flip sideways for you. Keep your breathing. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, can you lower the heels down but not touching the mat? And then exhale, draw them back up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, pick them back up. Nice job. One more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, raise them back up. Draw the hands together. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Reach the hands up. Can you straighten those legs? And then exhale, release. Tuck your chin, round your spine, grab your knees. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then from here, drawing your hands behind your spine and windshield wipering those legs. So drop the knees to the right. Then drop the knees to the left. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Very nice. Then keep your feet onto the mat and lower all the way down onto our backs. So we're going to come into bridge pose. So drawing your heels as close to your glutes as possible. Take a deep inhale together. And a deep exhale. Then on the next inhale, send those hips up. Exhale, hold. Keep those hands beside you, pressing into the mat. On the next inhale, can you shift those hips up a little bit higher? Exhale, hold here. Then on the next inhale, begin to press into that left heel and draw that right knee into your chest on the inhale. Exhale, straighten that right leg up. So keeping that right leg up, can you send those hips up a little bit higher? Exhale, hold here. Very nice. Inhale, draw that right knee in. And then slowly lower that right leg down. Very nice. Inhale, reset the hips. So send those hips up together. Exhale, hold. So press into that right heel. Draw that left knee in. Then exhale, straighten that left leg. On the next inhale, can you send those hips up a little bit higher? Exhale, hold. Very nice. Inhale, draw that left knee back in. Exhale, slowly lower that left leg down. Inhale, send those hips up a little bit higher. Exhale, hold. Take one more inhale, send the hips up as high as they can. And then exhale, slowly release all the way down. Very nice. Take a full inhale. And a full exhale, letting that body settle. Then on the next inhale, draw those knees into your chest. Giving them a nice big hug. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circling your knees in the opposite direction. Then lowering those feet down onto the mats. On the next inhale, pick up that right foot and cross it over your left. And then pick up your hips and shift them to the right side of the mat. Open your arms up into a T and let that right knee drop down to the left side. So coming into a twist. Keeping your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Option to take that left hand to your right knee. Your eyes to fall over that right shoulder. And allow your breath to soften, your eyes to close. Take a few moments to check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling. Notice if you're present or if your mind may have wandered. And just coming back to this posture. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to draw those knees back up to center. Releasing that right leg, squaring the hips. Then pick up that left foot, cross it over your right, and pick up the hips and shift them to the left. Open the arms up into a T, and let that left knee drop down to the right side. Keeping your left shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Option to take that right hand to your left knee. Eyes could fall over that left shoulder. With every exhale, letting that body find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And slowly draw those knees back up to center, releasing that left leg, squaring the hips. So we're gonna come into a shoulder stand or waterfall or plow pose. So there's the three poses. So for shoulder stand is the same as plow. You want to keep your neck nice and straight. And for shoulder stand, you just walk your hands up and try to straighten the legs up. And then slowly you'll come back into plow. If that's not available, coming into waterfall. And the option for waterfall too is you can always slide that block up a little bit higher so that it just helps you with a little bit more support so you can straighten those legs up. So play with that block or that cushion. But keep breathing in if you're in shoulder stand. And then if you're in shoulder stand, slowly begin to come to plow. So allowing those feet to release in front of your head. And if you're in waterfall, just continuing to stay there. Keeping your breath nice and deep, nice and even. And if you're in plow pose, slowly begin to roll out vertebrae by vertebrae. If you're in waterfall, slowly shift those hips up, sliding that block. And then drawing those knees into your chest. Giving them a nice big squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circling your knees in the opposite direction. Then coming into reclined butterfly, so drawing the soles of your feet together. Letting those knees open up and the hips open up. You could draw your feet closer to your glutes or you can draw them further away. The option to always slide the block underneath your hips to add a little bit more height, or your cushion, whatever feels comfortable. When you arrive, drawing that right hand onto your abdomen and your left hand onto your heart. And just feeling that rise and fall of your chest with every inhale. And then exhale. As our practice winds down. Noticing how your body's feeling. And you allow those hips to open up a little bit more. Allow gravity to draw those knees open. And if your mind wanders or drifts, just pulling it back to your breath. And feeling the rise and fall of your chest with every inhale. And exhale. And you soften those shoulders a little bit more. Removing tension from your neck. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then drawing those hands underneath the knees, helping them up. If you have that block underneath your hips, sliding up your hips and shifting that block away. And take a full inhale here. And a full exhale, letting that body settle. Then draw the knees into your chest. And open up to happy baby, grabbing the outside of those feet. Opening the knees nice and wide. Gently rocking a little bit of forward and backwards. A little bit of side to side. Then take one full inhale together. And exhale, open up to Shavasana. Legs as wide as the mat. Palms to face up. Letting your body melt into the mat. Taking this opportunity to let go. Letting your body find rest. Letting your mind find peace. Taking a few moments to scan over your body. Are there any areas where you're carrying tension? Softening those areas with your breath. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Taking note of any thoughts that might be arising. Gently acknowledging them. Letting them continue to pass by. Drawing your attention back to your breath. And if your mind wanders, gets distracted, just letting that go. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales. And your exhales. Letting your body melt a little bit more into the mat. Letting your mind find a little bit more peace. And as your body finds rest this morning, letting it begin to reap the rewards from your hard practice this morning. The benefits from all the postures sinking deep into your mind and into your body. And on the next inhale, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers. Gently moving your toes. Slowly waking up your body. Drawing your attention back to the room. Then slowly reaching those arms up and overhead. And grabbing one wrist and gently pulling it to one side of the room, feeling the stretch in that side body. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly release. Grabbing the other wrist and gently pulling it to the opposite side. Take one full inhale here. One full exhale. Then on the next inhale, release that wrist, reach your hands to the very back of the room and your feet to the very front. On the next inhale, take a full body stretch. Exhale, let it all go. Slowly drawing that right knee into your chest. Giving it a nice big hug, showing it some love. Gently adding a little bit of movement back. Then release that right leg, draw in that left knee. Giving it a nice big hug. Showing it some love. Gently adding a little bit of movement back. Then draw that right knee back into your chest. Give them both a big squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circling your knees in the opposite direction. Then letting your knees sway from the left to the right. Gently letting your knees fall to the right side or to the left side. Coming into fetal position for a few breaths of gratitude. Grateful for our bodies this morning. Grateful that we took time to connect with our breath and movement. Grateful for the sun. Take a few moments to reflect on the intention you set at the beginning of practice. Take a deep inhale together. And a deep exhale. Then slowly begin to press your way up to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed and drawing your hands to heart center when you arrive. Take a deep inhale together. And a deep exhale, letting it all go. Take one more inhale, drawing a smile to your face. Exhale it all out. Take a few moments to thank your body for all the hard work it did this morning. I thank you and I'm very humbled by your practice. Namaste. Whew. George and Di, we can't see you.
See us?
We can't see you, no.
See me now.
Now
I accidentally hung up on us right at the beginning of the session. I was wanting to mute and I hung up. And so we caught up really quickly, but I didn't realize the video was off. So, Mark, no problem. We saw you.
Okay. How was it? Good?
That was hard.
It's good. So you couldn't see our moves. That's a good thing. My moves anyway.
Goodbye. It's this side plank that is, when you lift your.
Yeah, it was great.
leg
I
on the
really
side
enjoyed
plank,
the,
I can do the side
Yeah.
plank, but not the lifting up your feet.
I tried. Davina, I'm surprised. You've got really good balance. I
Well-
would think you could do it no problem.
I can do the side plank and I can only lift it up for a short time,
Yeah.
not as long as what he wants us to do it. So, but
I
did
tried it.
you know,
Yeah.
but it's hard.
Yeah. And ways that you could work on that to get it there is like when you're in your side plank, just
Yeah.
like push that hip up. So you really want to send that right hip up and you want to really push into that left hand. So like there's the opposite, right? So you're pushing into the floor, sending that hip up,
Uh-huh.
keep pressing, and then slowly just to begin the raise.
See, I don't know. I can lift it up, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's just going on to that legs going up.
Yeah, so you really have to push into that, like if you're on your right, so you really want to push down on that right foot too, right?
Okay, let's see.
But balanced. So then you start to float.
You guys can all do it. I can't.
I can't float that leg. I give up on that.
Okay.
Just a second.
And then just watch that left hand so that it doesn't open, right? Because it tends to want to go this way.
Oh,
You want to make sure to keep
Let's see,
pointing that
Yeah.
hip up, and that'll help too.
right?
Push the hip up, it helps.
Right?
Yeah.
See, I can't get it up.
So keep that.
That's
Yeah.
a problem for people.
Practice.
Yeah.
I did it.
That was good. That
Yeah.
whole sequence, the sequence with the crescent, oh, that crescent pose, I'm telling you, that's a challenge right off the bat. But that whole sequence was really challenging and
It's a good workout.
it's a good workout. We had a sweat on for sure.
Good.
Yeah,
How was
I started
how was
sweating.
the boat with the up and down?
That's my
Love
favorite.
it.
Not sure.
That's my favorite pose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I can
love
do
it.
that no problem.
So
Ah.
not my favorite.
That's the one thing I like. The balancing is really good now.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, because I guess with my kids, my grandchildren, we're doing that.
Ah.
I use them as my balance beam. But anyway, I let you guys go.
Yeah, have a
Yeah.
great weekend.
I got lots of housework. Bye, guys.
bye.
Thank you.
See you later.
Hey, guys.
Thursday.
Bye. See you Thursday.
Bye.